Nobody warned me about this when I became a lash artist. I had to learn the hard way, so you don't have to. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiera, and if you're new here, I talk about all things lashes, lifestyle, motherhood, and health and wellness. Today I want to share with you 3 things that I wish I knew when I first became a lash artist. Like I said, I had to learn the hard way, and because of that, I don't want you to have to learn the hard way either. So let me share just a few things that I think is going to save you a little bit of time, a little bit of headache, and a lot of money along the way on this journey. If you're a lash artist, you know that in the beginning we try to do anything that we can to get our clients in the door. Anything. We drop our prices from $100 sets all the way down to $30 discounts, and that is really crazy. But in the beginning, it feels like you are just trying to grab anybody that you can and put these lashes on, and then you finally get someone in the door, you get these lashes on them, and it's a disaster. It's a disaster. And all that's to say, every client is not your client, and baby, that is okay. When it comes to providing a service, you don't want to service someone who truly doesn't see the value or respect your boundaries in your business. Yes, you're bringing a client in and you're servicing them, but if they're only paying $60 and they are causing you more of a headache than they are doing good, it's truly not worth your time. I had to learn the hard way in the beginning, just servicing clients that only wanted to come to me whenever I was offering a discount, or only wanted to come to me because my prices were cheap in the beginning. And I quickly learned that if I was going to make this a lucrative business, that I was going to have to up my prices and be very specific and very particular about the type of client that I wanted to bring into my business. I will say that I started this business 2 times. I was lashing in Dallas, and then I ended up moving out to Tyler, and I had to start my journey all the way over. And I will say, whenever I started the second time, I was much more mindful of how I priced my services so that I wasn't lowballing myself or overworking myself, because at this time lashing was going to be my full income. It was going to be the money. It was going to be like my bread and butter. So I had to get very specific and very sure on the type of client that I wanted to be bringing in the door. $60 sets were okay in the beginning, especially when you were first starting out and you were looking to bring in models. But as you get faster with your time, as the months go by and you begin to get more clientele, it is time for those prices to go up. $60 sets will only take you so far, and it will burn you out. Listen, it will burn you out. Listen to me, take it from me. So one thing I do know is that now that I have a stable and a loyal clientele, that my clients never second guess me. They don't beg me for discounts. And I will say, I don't do specials or things like that. Now, I do offer a loyalty price, and that's for my clients that have been with me for a long time and they are returning clients. They come to me on a regular basis. I do have a special price for them if they have to have full sets, but they never beg, they never try to bargain with me, because I set those boundaries up in the beginning. It's like a gate. This is how things are laid out. This is how my business operates, and they respect me, and I am so grateful for that. I've never had to second guess my prices or anything like that, because to be honest with you, my clients pay my price and then some, and I am just so grateful for them, and it just shows me that they truly value me. And because of that, I am confident in knowing that every client is not my client, and it's such a blessing. Now, here's a really good one. So in our beginning stages, we are literally trying to get all of the supplies that we can, that we think is going to, for one, make us lash faster, make our sets look better, and help our lashes last longer. So every time my students are like, what supply should I start out with? What should I do? And I'm always like, now if you're just going to be practicing, then yes, buy the cheap lashes, buy those. But I was using some really cheap lashes back in the day, and it showed on the pictures. I was using these lashes that literally look like plastic, and back then I didn't know any better, and my clients loved those lashes. But what I would tell myself now is, girl, invest in the best, because cheap supplies will cost you in the long run. I feel like had I not used those cheap supplies, maybe some of those clients would have returned, right? And had I not invested in super cheap supplies and invested in maybe like a training to help me to learn how to properly use those supplies, things would be a little bit better. But I didn't. I bought the cheap supplies, and so there we are. So what I will say is, buy mixed trays, and those are the trays that are from 8 to 16 in one tray. Test those out to see if you like those. Find brands that have tested out these supplies and they use them. I would also ask local lash artists that you see their work, or someone that you might go to and their work is real consistent, the curl on their lash is not falling, their glue is secure and it stays, and their eye pads aren't lifting up every time. If you go to a lash artist and you like the supplies that she uses on you, why not ask her? Times are different now, and I would hope that she would share that information with you. But for me, when I first started, I didn't have anybody to tell me, girl, use these. The lady who trained me, she did, but it was like after a while I was being hard-headed and just started using different things. And she would always say, when you find something, stick to it. And that couldn't be further from the truth. When you find something that you like and it's working for you and it's working for your clients, stick with it. And if you want to try something different, bring in a model to test out new lashes, that new glue, whatever it is that you're trying to test out. Don't test that out on your clients. Don't test it out on your clients, because you better believe as soon as the curl on those lashes fall or those lashes come off of her eyes in 2 to 3 business days, that she's going to be calling you. And that's just honestly just the consequence that you get for using cheap supplies. So I would truly invest in some really good supplies so that you don't have to worry about, or you never have to second guess whether or not the work that your client is walking out with, if it's going to uphold or not. Quality over quantity. And with that, you are able to be more confident in your prices, right? So if you're using cheap supplies and you're charging a cheaper price, but if you're using quality supplies, you have that leverage to increase the amount that you're charging for a full set or for a service. And truly, that's what matters most. We want quality over quantity. And my clients will tell you to this day, they have people that ask them, girl, who did your lashes? And they'll tell them how much that I charge, and they're like, ooh, that's too much. But they understand the value of my work, and so they understand quality over quantity. Kiara's not putting anything on my eyes that isn't going to uphold me or withstand the next 2 to 3 weeks. And so with that, try to avoid the cheap supplies. Amazon is great for practice. Amazon is great for finding your quality lash suppliers because they're selling on Amazon. But really do your research and dig a little bit deeper to figure out who's using these lashes, where these lashes are made, what fibers are in these, what's the quality of these lashes, what's the quality of this adhesive. It's really going to save you a lot of time and money in the long run. Your confidence as a lash artist will grow over time. I always get the question from my students, how long did it take for you to get confident? How long did it take for you to get fully booked out? How long did it take for you to do a full set? It's always how long. This is not a quick thing. It is not a get rich quick type thing, right? And I'm not even gonna say it's a get rich thing. You have to put in the time, you have to put in the work, you have to put in the hours, and everything that you're wanting in the beginning will happen over time. I always say you have to start with the end in mind. You have to know that when you start this journey as a lash artist, that it is truly that. It is a journey. So in the beginning, you're going to be shaky. In the beginning, you're not going to get your isolation right. In the beginning, you're not going to get, people are not going to be lined up outside at your door waiting for you to do their lashes. They're just not. This is a skill that you have to learn, and in learning this skill you learn so much more about yourself, about who you are as a person, about what you truly have to offer, and ultimately what your brand is going to stand for. So when it comes to your confidence and when it comes to being secure in the service that you're providing for your clients, you are going to have to be patient. You're going to have to be patient with yourself. You're going to have to slow down. You're going to have to enjoy the moment that you are in at that time, because over time it gets better. And I'm here 7 years later to tell you that it gets better. You get quicker. Your placement is right. Your retention gets better. Your clients are outside waiting. They are calling you. They are wanting to book an appointment, right? The money will come in, but it's not going to come in immediately. This is not something that happens overnight, and I cannot stress that or say that enough. This is something that's going to happen over time. And it's going to be a lot of discipline. It's going to be a lot of repetitive things. And you're going to get tired. You're going to get bored. You're going to get burnt out. But you got to stay the course. If this is truly something that you want, if you truly want to grow your lash business, if you truly want to be a lash artist, if you truly want to build this brand, you're going to have to start where we all started, and that is at the bottom, and work your way up. And work your way up. You can have the best skill in the world, but if you don't take your time and truly honor the moments and your experience, this will be just another thing for you. This will just be another thing where people say, oh, I used to do lashes, but I don't do them anymore. And most of the time it's because they didn't take their time and truly learning the skill and truly being patient with themselves and truly learning the industry. This is truly a lucrative business, but you're going to have to be patient, just like with anything in life, and truly enjoy the moments that you're currently in order to reach that end goal. And I will say, the end goal isn't even the goal. It's the journey. It's where you are in between time. It's what you're learning in between time. The things I've learned about myself as a lash artist for 7 years and just as a person is so uncomparable to what the end goal is, right? I have learned so much about myself, and it's like, wow, I would have never learned that if I would have never taken this route in life. So all I can say is cherish the journey, cherish where you are right now as a lash artist, and believe and hope that things will get better. The confidence will come, and change the way you talk to yourself about things. You have to speak positive. Here at East Texas Lash Institute, that's one thing that I am big on. It's about speaking things as though they are, because throughout my journey, I have always reflected on what I truly wanted my lash businesses to be. And I sit here today in front of this camera, share it with you guys that everything came to fruition. And it all starts right here in your mindset. Entrepreneurship is a mindset. It is not something that you do. This is something that you live. You live this out daily. So you have to always remember to enjoy the journey, enjoy the moments, and savor where you are right now. So if you made it this far with me, then I want you to just drop like a little heart or emoji down in the comments, and I want you to tell me which one of these 3 things that resonated with you the most, right? So is it every lash client is not your client? Is it that cheap supplies will cost you more in the long run? Or is it that you're waiting on the confidence? You're waiting to become confident. These are the 3 things that I wish someone would have told me about when I was starting my journey as a lash artist, because it would have saved me so much time, so much money, so much stress, so much worry. When I think about the things I was worrying about, I'm like, girl, why? Why are you worrying about that? It's gonna come. Over time, it will come. So that's what I'm here to share with you. That was on my heart to share with you as a lash artist. From lash artist to lash artist, take your time, sis. You got this. You are not alone. We are in this together. If you have questions, if you are in a scenario and you just don't know what to do, or you're just having a hard time picking up the pieces, putting them together. You took the training, you went to class, you got the license, but now what? drop something in the comments and let me know. I want to help you. Let's talk about it. Let's chat about it. You don't have to do this alone. I am here with you, and on this journey of not doing it all alone, I'm here to be that support for you and to help you, because I've been there, I've done that, and so I'm here to just share and give that back to you guys. So if you truly enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so that you can keep up with my videos that I drop in the future. And I'm just so happy that you're here. Thank you guys. I hope this video was a big help. If you want to see more, let me know what you want to see. Thank you. Y'all have a good day.